Hello, and today we are actually going to be going through a new video that I'm actually wanting to create. A video list. Hold on, let me turn my fan because it's a little warm in here. I'm putting it away from my mic so it's not blaring, hopefully. Okay, so I had a new idea for a Minecraft series called Wires&Wonders, as I will be able to actually show in just a moment. Now, I've been playing a lot of modded Minecraft of late, and I wanted to do something a little bit more vanilla friendly since I have one thing I want, but I can't exactly do easily. So, the one problem I have with a lot of Minecraft world I've been playing, especially of late, is I have a lot of mods. Now, mods are fine for anybody who wants to use them, and I honestly find mods to be very fun. Cobble Mod, one of my longest going series thus far, and I'm pretty sure I'm still going to be continuing later. I just haven't done it in a while. Honestly, I have no excuse. But I haven't exactly done it a little bit, but I wanted to play more Minecraft, especially after my last video, because I like the entire idea of exploring some mods there. But here I had an idea because I was actually watching a few Mumbo videos, and I had the idea of building a little bit more differently than what I actually have been, and then I found a different channel. I'll pop them up on screen if I remember. Should be here. But because I actually had the idea of actually doing a little bit more of a vanilla theme, and I came up with the name Wires&Wonders. So wonders. I'm getting tongue-tied today. So what is this series about? Now, there's not really mods per se, as I will go over to the data packs. And I will run through the add-ons which I have here very simply. Some of you might not know them, some of you don't. Death cords. Whenever I die, death coordinates will be actually popped up into the chat box because of the fact that I've lost my stuff so many times down in caves. Wanted that because it seemed to be a good idea, and of course I hate having to go into the entire debug menu for the coordinates. So, better compasses, PK better compasses, as is written here, is a add-on that'll let me be able to have a compass in my hand, and in doing so pop up coordinates a little bit above my health bar. Kind of simple. Player graves is in the name. You die, a grave pops up. You can right click it, break it, whatever, and you get your stuff back. One of the worst things about dying is the despawning of gear. Now, this doesn't stop a creeper from blowing it up, from my understanding, but it does save a little bit of hassle from having to get everything back. You don't get the grave, but you know, it's cool. And then lastly, Vein Miner. Now, I may add on a few different add-ons in the future, such as Sky High, if I need it. I doubt I'll need it, because they did increase the build limit a good while ago. So, there's that. So yeah. With this, we have a bunch of different things. I think the bundles are already in, yeah. I haven't actually played up to this version. We were currently on version 1.21.5. Currently, from what my knowledge is, the highest version of Minecraft. Now, with the data packs here, I should be able to actually update frequently enough to new versions. Also with this, with the new version of Sodium for this actual version of the game, it has actively made it to where I can actually run at a much higher render distance, which is phenomenal, which might fluctuate a little bit here and there. I may add a few resource packs later, but without further ado, this is Wires&Wonders. I'm not going to go through a list of things that I'm going to be doing today, because the fact is that is a hassle and a half that I don't exactly want to go through, because I don't even know. But I've been going through researching certain building ideas, and I have now a small book which lets me be able to actually make note of what I'm needing, wanting. And so far, one of the things I'm actually really been doing of late is actually practicing certain build ideas. So I pop in the hands while this loads. So, I've been practicing a bunch of build ideas. Now, one thing I've always wanted to do was custom trees, but the fact is, where do I even start? I'm not exactly the best when it comes down to building. So, why would I even attempt to do something such as this? And I see you're loading slowly. But I did a bit of testing. If I go in here, we have 20 and 20. As long as I'm not flying quickly in creative mode after it actually loads the terrain, it'll be good. Plus, as soon as it loads it up far enough, I can just move around easily enough. But with this, I do need to start collecting wood. So the beginning of this is going to have a little bit of lag, but it should clear up very quickly. Otherwise, I will tune down the render distance. Now, I'm also using music that I actually found that is royalty free, as you'll be able to actively get access to them in the description. Now, they're not going to be the exact same every episode, in theory. I have a small list that I'm slowly been going through and taking, and the only thing that's required to be able to use it is to put a actual small bit of link to the actual creator, giving who actually created it. We can actually inform. It's in the description of the initial video. It just states you can use it as long as you use this. But yeah, one of the things I've been doing a bit more of late is in a creative world, building a bunch of custom trees. Just a couple ideas, trying to actually get things set up. I like building, I do. One of the things I've always suffered from is a lack of creative building for, trying to get my thoughts in order, for the fact of, to be completely honest, I've been suffering the fact that I'm not exactly very good when it comes down to building any form of actual terrain, which I've been working on of late, which has actually been able to be seen in things that say Cobblemon, my past series. I'm not thinking of all of them, mind you, but the more natural side of things, such as trees, getting grass kind of laid in properly, I've kind of been suffering from. I haven't really been able to wrap my head around that very well, and because of that, I haven't exactly gotten everything done that I want. And this series is kind of about trying to get that set up. But let's see first off what terrain type we have. We have a small little plains area here, looks like. But let's build up quickly. Okay, we have the ocean over there. Birch jungle. I mean, this isn't the best area in the world, but it's not a bad start. With some iron over there. Okay. Now, like I said, I'm not using any mods for this, beyond the few data packs that I have. And with Vein Miner, it's very simple. You break one or an NPC to actually break them all. Now, I used this in my last video I uploaded of Minecraft, which was simple enough to get done. The thing is this not the modded version, this is the data pack version, so I can actually hopefully never have to be locked down to a single version again. Data packs are fun, mods are fun, but the problem is with this, unless you have a data pack, and even then sometimes it's questionable, data packs might not actually work with newer versions, it will lock you down to a single version of Minecraft. That being said, that has been my that has been my biggest problem thus far, especially with things like Cobblemon. Because there's a bunch of features I want to explore here. Like we have new pigs, new cows, new chickens. And these are all things I want to be able to explore. Want to be able to do and use and whatnot. We have new blocks like the pale oak. I haven't ever experimented with those. I have Bedrock both on my Switch and my phone for PE. That is fine, but the thing about it is I primarily had Bedrock on my phone specifically for playing with my family. Since YouTube's taken up so much time, I've been playing more Minecraft here, so I haven't exactly had time to play with them. But I've been using it periodically, not enough honestly, to be able to do some basic bare bone build ideas when I actually have little time to actually pull up my computer. So, there's something great to think about. I'm not exactly wanting to take this too fast as an actual series. I just want this to be slow, going, steady, and progressive. Just more of the cosmetics things instead of just trying to catch them all the Pokemon or trying to beat the Ender Dragon. And, like always, for some reason, I'm always congested. Freaking allergies. Now, there's a lot of interesting terrain here. What was that? Squid. But yeah, as you can see, it's cleared up a bit, and I'm actually running a lot better now. I did some testing when I was off camera. I proceeded to go around and use the Elytra to fly versus the ability to be able to just fly in creative mode, and I found that I could actually play the game at the maximum render distance on both active points of rendered and actual, what was it, functioning? What was it called? Simulated distance. I'm pretty sure at this point almost everybody knows what simulated render distance is. But when it comes down to it, it's render distance, how far you can see. Simulated is how far it actually renders things active. In the case of mobs and functioning redstone components, it proceeds to have simulated distance being what it's focused on. Get this iron. Yes. Okay. That was startling. Hopefully I can find a village somewhere near. But no pressure, no rush. Oh, okay, you're dead. Yes. Okay, it's been forever since I played just vanilla Minecraft, so there's a bunch of new stuff I need to explore. Such as some of the new mobs. I haven't went through trial chambers. My family has. I haven't. I've got so much to work with. Take this for now. I need food. And I don't have dynamic lighting. I could have installed a data pack for that because I've seen a few. I didn't because I want to keep this vanilla exclusive for the most part. So I've kind of just went through. I've been going through hundreds of data packs all this time and trying to get certain things online. I've been spending weeks doing this, like 2 weeks, which isn't a lot of time overall, but still it's been a little bit. So yeah, I've got new music. I've got a better idea because I want to do things a little bit more mechanical, like using a little bit of redstone to be able to potentially get things kind of automated. A little when it comes down to looks, like gears moving, fan blades. I kind of seen this on one of my videos. Well, I seen it initially on side of Green's video on the Hovercraft, and I love the idea. So I've kind of just decided to try my hand at it. I haven't done too much work for it, but here we are. And we can finally go out on the other side then? That it? Huh. It's cold there. I'm not gonna go over there though. Okay. For a first day, I'm gonna say productive. This is a bad time. This is not what we're calling from what my family calls an oh hell no. And oh hell no is when you come up to an edge you can't see the bottom. This is a screw that. Okay, so village. Beyond the hole. Doesn't it rain in the savannah? But cows! New cows! I'd pet if I could, but I can't. Okay. New recipes acquired. Probably because of the entire water aspect. Okay, so let's see. I'm going to be wasting this if I do it, but oh well. There, let's see. Oh, yes. Much better. I didn't mean to tell that, but whatever. There's a golem. Weirdly, Java, I haven't found an abandoned city. Abandoned town, village, whatever you call it. I haven't found one yet, which is weird. When I say that not in this world, I mean period. Why, hello, villager. Hello. Yes, yes. Baby villager. Hello. Okay, let's get this wheat. I think, yeah, I'm gonna take the bell. Did you have two? I mean, I can trade for them, but you have two bells. Problems, though. I can get wheat seeds anywhere, to be honest. Let's toss them aside. Yes, thank you. Give me the bell. That's a bell. What else do we have? I don't have to have a tent place. And, ooh. I mean, beyond the ravine. Whoa. Beyond the ravine. We got some pretty nice landscape over here. One tree there, weirdly. But nice terrain beyond the ravine. I might fill that in. This looks to be a nice place to haul up for a time. Build some things. Get some treasure. Empty maps. Okay, I'll leave these in here for now. I don't have the inventory space. I say close. Okay. So, let's see. What else do we have in the village? Why, hello, Cloak. We have Golem. I don't need to get iron from you, so no worries, you're safe. I understand why there's so many people who do that, but I'm not doing it myself right now. I don't think you want to have anything. You'll probably not. Oh, you do. Wait, let me just screenshot. Yeah. Bundle. Okay, that is phenomenal. Okay. We're going to yes. Let's see. Yes, yes. Yeah. Bamboo. I can do bell. Awesome. Okay, let's see what else can we fit. We have in total a lot. We're almost full. Can we? Okay, we'll leave you. How do we make a bundle is the question. Take you. Bread would be nice. Short grass. I'll leave you there for now, but that's weird. Okay, so pretty useful. I'll admit I was questionable a bit at first about the bundle idea. Because the entire fact of how are we going to implement this? How are we going to use this inside of Minecraft? And another bundle. Awesome. But I will state, though of initially skeptical, I am pleasantly surprised on how useful this dang thing is. So yes, leave food in there. Pumpkins go here. Yes. Okay, we'll leave you like this. Bundles are becoming so useful. I did not think there would be a day that I would find that a bundle, just a simple bag like this, would be so handy. Because how are we going to use it? We have a bunch of different things already in the game that we can use for storage. Ender chest is one thing that's a little bit later game. We have chests, we have a really late game being shulker boxes. So I was a little questioning at first how would this be used, but since my last video, I'm actually falling in love with these things. My last video would not be possible without the abundance of bundles that I've encountered. And since I can actually do this now, I keep on right click, it's left click. Almost full. Wait, hello. And no. Okay, let's quickly grab some more food. There's lava there. Okay. I can see what you're putting down. There's so many ideas already. Okay, so this. Oh, how did... Okay, there's a house down there that explains that. I was about to ask, how did you, by chance, build this stuff? Ow. Bread. No, not stick. Bread. I can't eat stick. Okay. Ow. I'll get to you in a moment. Coal. What's on here? Not much. But coal, that's something. To be honest, this is just satisfying using vein miner. Break one and they all break. It's just satisfying to me. This does mean that if I actually place them down as well, it'll proceed to break them like this. Silk touch included. But man, this is actively satisfying. Some iron. You find a swamp for. That's another thing I don't have. Is a swamp nearby. At least that I know of. Okay. Cherry. We have birch. We have savannas. We have the acacia. We have jungle saplings in our inventory. Ooh, so much. So much. And I understand regular cows. That's what I was talking about. I understand why a lot of the regular mobs, as well, older mobs, are actually currently plains only. The sheep kind of are redundant, in my opinion, to have color variants as they are. We need that dripstone if we're going to do this easier. I'm going to have to explore that a bit later as well. Okay. As I was going to say, I got a cat hair in my mouth. Okay. As I was trying to say, I understand that we're getting all these different mobs and whatnot, but do we really have to have the sheep be specifically color variants all spread out? Is kind of questionable, in my opinion, why we should have this. Well, I'll just get some from here. Not going to build across. Just be careful because of mobs. Let's see. Take this. Gonna need to have these to be able to get more dripstone, because dripstone looks cool and I want to use for buildings. The dripstone blocks, in my opinion, I don't know what to use this for. It's a little weird for me. I've noticed the way it looks. Maybe some pitfall traps would be nice, but I don't have anybody playing my walls. It's kind of pointless. Maybe it's a decent amount of dripstone. Not a lot, but a decent amount to start. And unless I spontaneously see diamonds, I'm not going to go down there. Because diamonds are great. As my mom states, diamonds are gold best friends, and very good for that. Okay, let's see. Hop up. We have coal, we have copper. Okay, copper. Coal. Ooh, lots of copper. Not moss, but that's fine. That all it? Yes. Already to level 12. Okay. And back up we go. I need a lot of stuff. So, I do want to actually talk about something real quick. As this world proceeds to progress, I do feel that certain ideas are good to share and good to actively bring people together for a game like this. Let me know of any idea you have for a build, and I'll see if I can incorporate it. For what I am doing currently, the entire ideas I do have in my notebook here. I like the idea of using more of a mechanical build style, and in doing so using things such as gears, cogs, and pipework. Look at them little horns. Look at them. Little cute horns. But as I was saying, I like the idea of using this little build style idea to be able to make a little bit more of a steampunk-like style, though I'm not going to be sticking to it exactly. I like the idea of building in this style. It's a pleasant idea to me, and why are there so many dang ravines around here? Keep an eye on you. Take that. But building inside the style is a idea of mine. I like the idea of just building in a minorly steampunk-like style. At times, maybe build some flying ships. Maybe it'd be cool. Want to do things a little bit slower and smaller, as I've kind of stated, with little to no add-ons at all beyond some quality of life things such as vein miner here if I break some things. So, yeah, I would like to know exactly what everybody would like to potentially see. If you have any ideas for potentially resource packs and maybe some more quality of life add-ons, please let me know. Would love to be able to hear your feedback and actually get your opinion on what to do, because as much as I can do things alone, I feel that one of the things I would like to be able to have happen is to have a community actually come together to help actually throw around ideas and potentially be able to make a phenomenal looking world. Now, I don't want to do any mods exactly, unless data packs are being used for this in place, because I want it to be compatible with newer versions, and even this kind of stuff was for it. To be honest, it's not going to be always guaranteed, but I would like it to be compatible so maybe we can progress forward without having to start a new world every time. So, yeah. Let me know of any add-on you'd like to potentially see me use as a quality of life thing, and we can actually potentially get really well set up for our world. Now, let's start building some chests, as we do need to actively get a hold of storage so we can get started on building our house. Because, to be honest, this world's not going to wait for us to build. 2 double chests sound nice. Because, yeah, this world's not going to wait for us to have itself built. It's going to proceed to go about its own business. So let's get some basic farming set up. Clear the inventory out at the moment so I can actually reorganize. Keep a bunch of tools eventually in here. Let's see. Can we cycle through anything? No? I do wish we... Can we... No. I wish we could cycle through a little bit. Oh well. We have an empty bundle. Want to keep the bundles on hand. This button placement's a little confusing to me sometimes, but whatever. Okay, so we're going to be building our house. We have emptied our bundles, and we can now empty our inventory. Now, to build our house, we need to have a couple things. We need to have our wood types, which I think a nice basic oak would actually be a good starting point. So we're going to need to grow some oak. Let's go ahead and place down some saplings. And a little bit less than organized pattern, because I usually want to try to do things a little bit smarter, but at this point I'm honestly more interested in just doing things a little bit more wild. We have all these nice new add-ons to Minecraft, which, to be honest, there's a lot of complaints that I've heard from people on new things. We got the happy gas, which I believe isn't in the game exactly just yet. It's more of a snapshot thing still. But I honestly feel that though we've gotten a lot of minor updates, the game's still nice on its own. It's less that we have to have great updates to be able to play the game. It's more the fact we need to really just come together and actually understand that it's what we make of it sometimes. I mean, sure, some updates are going to be worse than others, since we're not going to agree with it, like the sheep being diversified for specific areas for colors. We could actually have different types of sheep. But even then, I'm not against the idea of it, but the fact that I'm not complaining. The game's fun. So yeah, let's see. We need to get farming set up a little bit as well. So we need some. We have a seed, right? 7 seeds actually. We're going to be clearing out this area anyways a little bit, so we can actually break some of these, see if we can get some more seeds. Does this actually help us get more seeds? I don't know. I'm not saying yes, but it's doing something, that's for sure. Also, there's a bunch of new flowers. Can we make those flowers? Thinking about it, or are they like the pink petals? I've seen yellow flowers. I think maybe there's a white version, which would also be nice to acquire. But are they like the pink petals you have to use bone meal for? I mean, it makes sense. I mean, that'd be good, right? Sand, and inevitably I've accidentally encountered something new, something I haven't experienced. First off, we have fire. Hopefully that'll spread. We have ourselves a dark forest over here and a pale garden, both side by side. That sounded close. Okay, beyond that, hopefully we can actually get a hold of some of the new stuff here, because I've never experienced it, and I think the creaking spawns only at nighttime. And there's supposed to be the creaking heart, which we can acquire, which I'm hoping to be able to acquire as well, though I don't have too much inventory space. I didn't think about this exactly. I was just thinking, oh look, maybe I can find some quick sand to be able to do something with. So that's something I was hoping to do. Yeah, what is that? Leaf. Okay. This is all new to me. So, I do apologize about being a little surprised by this. What does the creaking heart, was it? The pale heart look like? That's something I have a question of. I believe it was, when I read from the actual notes, was you were able to craft it using resin, which I don't have too much of an idea of how to get. I have some brief ideas and that's it. Otherwise, we have... What way? You hit the creaking? I don't know. Is it something you just find? Because if so, that makes things easier and potentially harder, depending on renewable or not. See, let's see, do we get any saplings? Because this is a little ridiculous now. I've been trying to plant every tree back down that I actually harvest. But I don't think I'm going to be able to do so with all of them. That's just because the entire aspect of how many trees sometimes you need to go through. So, we'll see. Does it take 1 or 4? That's my question, to be able to grow this. It says what? Pale oak? Yeah, pale oak. And oak does not have a... Well, regular oak does not have a big variant that dark oak does. Certain item, I don't want to be in here when the creaking spawns, so... Yeah. And this is 3 out of 4. Okay. We pop out over to where I don't hear the hostiles and sleep. Okay, so this is something productive. Hopefully I'll be able to find a creaking heart, if that's a thing I can actually get. And this is a weird crater, a hole, cave system, whatever. And yeah, let's hopefully I can also get some dark oak as well, because that'd be nice. Okay, so I have went through a bunch of building, a bunch of mining. I had to go back and actively, as stated, explore to be able to get a hold of sand. Now, the building, I'll go to that in a moment. Now, some things have to be gone through. Okay, so no creaking heart. That's not something that's been able to be acquired. But I did work on some farming, and I decided to do little boulder-like structures for the farms. We're currently marking out where the trees are going to be put. But I'm only going to have 2 farms, even though I do have access to, beets. So that's something I need to work on. But yeah, we've got plenty of sugarcane harvesting now. I'm not saying this exactly is better than what my standard sugarcane farms are. I want to say it looks better, that's for sure, for the entire diagonal like patterns. I've seen a few people use farms like this, and I thought it looked good, so I decided to go, you know what? Yes, I'm going to take some of this and try to put my own spin on it, which is what I did with the boulders. Now, that one doesn't have any moss textures. I haven't done that one yet. That was version 1, to be honest, of boulder. So I've had to move my farms a little bit. I had to remove the pumpkin altogether. I need to remove these ultimately. Started putting jack-o'-lanterns down. We have a lot of cows, which I don't think I can actually feed right now. No, it was 1, 2. Well, to start. Now, I've also been getting a bunch of copper on its way. Now, I'm not doing inside, but we have ourselves a giant telescope. Now, I don't know what to do there. I'm thinking about potentially copper trapdoors would look nice. And I know it's not exactly even set, but it, in my opinion, looks good. So, this is the outside. I decided to try something new with a little bit of a weathered-like roof using the andesite. No, it's andesite. I always forget your name. What is it? What is this? Granite. I always forget the names of the 3 actual variant stone-like blocks here. Andesite, diorite, and granite. I forget which one's which a lot of times. But we have a decent number of vines that have grown. We can't get those anymore because I spent too much iron on stuff. I have iron, but not too much more. I've been slowly but surely cooking up some copper. I'm trying to play this smart using a bunch of lava instead of coal because the fact that coal is a finite resource, so I can make charcoal. And ultimately lava lasts longer overall, at least from my experience. So yeah, I did make, of course, blast furnace. We have our 4 chests here. Now inside here we're going to have an enchanting table right here, so we have our bookshelves. We have our barrel for tools. We have a painting there because I wanted it. But I should really move it over 1 block if I'm being truthful. No. Give me. I haven't seen that one before. That one's nice. Currently I have a torch here because of the fact that I want a potted plant there, but I don't have any clay. As you'll be seeing those jack-o'-lanterns in here as well, and on these 4 corners. Very easy to see. So yeah, once I get a hold of diamonds, I can put a enchanting table here, and that'll be done. Up here, I don't know what to do with the main bedroom. But we get to look over at our farms and whatnot, which is nice. And then we go up here, we have ourselves a map room. Now, we don't have anything map-wise here. The paper's kind of going to be downstairs. There with the entire barrel. That's going to be near the enchanting table. That's going to be holding all of my lapis, books, and leather. But if we proceed to go up even further, because I do like this being a little bit of a map area, we get to have several areas vastly built outwards. For that I'm going to need redstone because I need to make the locator map so I can actually update it over time. But up here is our telescope. Beyond this is not much to take into consideration. I'm wanting to change this out eventually. The item frame for a, what was it, the glowing item frame, I forget the name. But here we are, which I need to get you down eventually. The last thing to do here is to be able to make ourselves a couple of new trees, as I've kind of stated I was going to do. I seen a design for this based off of on a channel called Swayplay, which I've started watching recently. It's, to my knowledge, a smaller, newer channel that has quickly been growing vastly, and I kind of like the idea of the entire farms and the tree designs. I like the idea, and I'm trying to put my spin on that, as we'll be seeing in a little bit. But yeah, our base primarily, our starting house, is pretty much done. I want to try out a bunch of copper trapdoors there. So I need to get moss and clay both to be able to continue building that area. But beyond that, I can always try to make clay, but that's kind of a waste of resources in my opinion at the moment. So I'm going to be waiting until I actually go over to the dark forest / the pale garden, because the fact is kind of side by side. Right there is actually a very large, what was it, the lush cave is what it's called, and there was a bunch of clay down there, and hopefully I can get some redstone, and it has moss, which is one of the things I need a moss carpet for. The jack-o'-lanterns. We'll be littering this place with jack-o'-lanterns to keep it lit up at night. And although I'm going to have to move some things, such as this, I do want to start building this anyways. And as you can see, I need to move the chest. I need a storage area. That's going to be a later episode though, as I do have a spot in mind, as I have certain things going to be in certain places, such as a bunch of storage areas, but in here seems to be a really good naturally generated place that I can actually just turn into a mine. And in doing so, I want a lot more of my stone-like blocks to be placed in here. So I'm going to be able to free up a lot of space. Plus, with the amount of space already dug out, I can just make this a naturally generated mine of sorts anyway. So it's going to be a big cosmetic build I need for me to deal with. I'm also working on a base design for a bridge because this ravine over here is a pain to have to keep walking around if I'm trying to actually from one side to the other, because it does branch off a decent distance. It's not the most distance in the world, but it's annoying enough. So at just about this branch point, I'm going to be making a bridge that goes all the way over there. I'm going to have to level out some of the terrain a little bit. You'll do that, but I also want to be able to get down here a bit more, which is going to be its own hassle. So yeah, let's go ahead and get these trees kind of set up, because I do have a lot of resources built up for this. Well, I say a lot, but I've seen more. What I'm going to need for this is some spruce. I'm going to need some spruce, trapdoors, not trapdoors, but spruce, fencing, and gates. I'm going to need spruce logs, along with using the oak logs to be able to actually have as a base, since the spruce kind of fits for it very well. And although I do have a slightly full inventory, I'm going to have to deal with this for now, because I'm trying to smelt stuff. Leaves, oak leaves, that's another thing I'm going to be using. So we'll see how well this tree kind of turns out, because I've been experimenting a little bit. So yeah, let's go ahead and just kind of see how this turns out.
I've tried to reach you, but you close your mind. So much to say, the words are hard to find. You're running out of stamina, I see it in your eyes. Let me be your light, we can reignite like fireflies. Whenever you can't sleep at night, I'll be the one that would hold you tight. Whatever emptiness inside, I fill it up, make it feel alright. Cause I'm never giving up on you. Cause I'm never giving up on you. I know each time is worth the fight. I'll be around till you'll be alright. Try to reach you, but you close your mind. So much to say, the words are hard to find. You're running out of stamina, I see it in your eyes. Let me be your light, we can reignite like fireflies. Whenever you can't sleep at night, I'll be the one that would hold you tight. Whatever emptiness inside, I feel it up, make it feel alright. Cause I'm never giving up on you. Cause I'm never giving up on you. I know each time is worth the fight. I'll be around till you'll be alright.
Okay, so let's see. We have our 3 trees built. First off, we have this one here, which I kind of finished first. They're not too big. I didn't want them to be too big. They're just about the same height as a regular Minecraft tree. Regular Minecraft oak tree specifically. Now, I'm using the spruce trap, not trap door, I keep wanting to say trap door for some reason. Spruce fencing and spruce gates to be able to actually be the branches. And to do some kind of jutting them off in sporadic pattern. I'm using the spruce buttons as little knots on the trees, since they do kind of blend in with the entire oak's actual grain texture for its bark. We have the stairs and the fencing here as a form of root system. Now we have this on all 3 of the trees, as we do have our first 3 trees. Now they do vary in density with their actual branch placement, and because it's so sporadic, not a single one is going to be the exact same. Mind you, it's kind of the point. Now I don't know if I missed any spots for leaves. Didn't look like I did. But these are the 3 trees that I have built. Now I would like to be able to get some birch ones kind of laid in as well. That is going to take some time. Mind you, not too much, but as much as it took for these. I want the birch ones kind of laid in just sporadically. So I have a piece of wool here. It's kind of too close to my farm for me to be able to actually do much with. So I can't really do that. I had to remove the dripstone farm is kind of seen, so that's kind of what I have to work on. I need to get more jack-o'-lanterns, which I need to make a new farm for. That's all going to be a little episode, as I do want this to curve around in the entire right side from my actual entrance over here to be actually where I'm going to have all of my farms kind of placed. As eventually I'll be moving over the crops more over here, and in doing so across here I would like to potentially have my barn kind of like over there, but I haven't fully decided, so it's kind of a thing I'm going to work on. I do have this spot as well, but I want to have birch. I don't want to have them too much lining the actual ridge line. I believe this is what's called the ridge line of this cliff. And it all just being, well, oak. Not something I want. So, there's that. And as we progress, I'll be putting more and more trees. Another type I want to do eventually is spruce. Mind you, the spruce has a big issue. I've been trying to figure out how to be able to do the spruce properly, and I can do these sporadic patterns. Look good for birch and oak, but when it comes down to spruce, they're kind of a cone shape, not a branched out pattern. I don't know what you call this, but I'm going to move the vine farm so I can have more moss blocks eventually, moss cobblestone specifically, as you can see the slabs, stairs, potentially in the future being used. We'll see. So, that is going to be the end of this episode. Thank you all for watching. Like, comment, subscribe if you wish to. Let me know of any type of build you'd like to see me play with. Potentially any add-on, because the fact I'm running data packs. I'm only running primarily just quality of life stuff. So, there's that. As I progress, I'll be actually choosing to advance outwards more and more, and I need to deal with my cow situation here, apparently. So, that's something else to work with. So, thank you all for watching this episode. Like, comment, subscribe once again if you wish to. Let me know of any builds you'd like to potentially see me build. Because I'm kind of trying to do a bit more of a steampunk thing. It's not exactly straightforward, so I might not do it completely, but whatever. I just want to kind of throw my hand in at it. This isn't exactly too much steampunk, I imagine, but whatever. Now, gears and cogs, things I'm interested in. But thank you for watching, and I hope to see you in another video.